Hey everyone, welcome back to Rhythm and Roads. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. This is the 2 year anniversary with 100 plus interviews. So thank you to everyone who has come on and shared their testimony, their story. It's been such a blessing to hear it, and I know it's blessed someone out there who has watched it and just be inspired by it. But today's episode, we have a special guest. Welcome back, actress and founder of Annie's House, Molly Reid. Welcome, Molly.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, welcome back to Rhythm and Roads. And how's it?
Congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you. Yes, August 31st was the start of it from 2 years ago, and here we are with 100, almost 200 interviews.
That's
I checked I
incredible.
checked the other day. I was like, holy crap, it's like 185 or something like that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Even from the time we last interviewed, it's just like I've watched it accelerate. That's really cool.
Oh, well, thank you. And I always appreciate your support as well. You've been such a great support. So thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, but for those that do not, for those that have not seen our prior episode that we did back in January, if you would like to share about yourself, I know you are an actress, and then we can get into Annie's house.
Sure. Yeah. So I started my journey as an actress a little after COVID here in Las Cruces when I moved back. And I just thought that I would dabble sort of for my heart's own desire, just to kind of see what would happen. And I've been afforded a lot of wonderful opportunities and met a lot of wonderful people and just kind of been able to witness and inspire and be inspired by all of the filmmakers here in the Southwest. So I don't know. It's been the blessing of my life and it's
Oh,
so
I
much
bet.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How
my
long
son
have you been
gets to
doing
get
it?
involved occasionally. So
No, it's good. How long have you been an actress?
well, I started acting in high school, like theater kid, and then I took acting courses at New Mexico State for a few years, and but I didn't really start working in film until 2020, like the beginning of 2021, maybe.
Oh, nice. So about 5 years now.
Hmm.
Nice. Cool, man. Yeah. And so from that point, I mean, I am actually curious. What has been one of your most memorable experiences on a film that you've been on, or one of the films that you were really like, oh, I enjoyed being part of this project?
That's a really good question. Um, Anything that I do with CMI, Creative Media Institute at New Mexico State, I really, really enjoy.
Oh, that's
I just to see such young individuals with enough direction and focus and passion, it's really amazing to see what they create. So just bearing witness to that, I love.
yeah.
Um, and
TMI.
as for
Yeah.
like really like an experience that moved me, I did a feature film called A Long Road to Tao, and we filmed part of it here and part of it in Santa Cruz, California. And there were some people and like some emotions and really sort of emotionally intimate scenes that I think changed me.
Wow. How long ago was this?
I don't even know. That was probably 2022 or 2023.
Oh, few
We're
years.
sort of like we've been carrying it forward for years.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
it feels like yesterday.
Feels like yesterday. Okay.
Hmm.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that. I mean, yeah, CMI, I've been there. They are very awesome in what they do with their projects and their film, and it's cool. So I'm glad you're a part of that.
Me too. I just got lucky. That's really where it started. I went to a casting call for CMI and I was like, I don't know what this is or who you people are, but what do you think of me? And
We
they
love
just like
you.
opened my eyes to like, this is a boomstick. This is a camera. And I'm like, wow.
Well, I'm glad they got the experience
Yeah.
on that. Yeah, that's cool. So during this journey now, we are at the point of Annie's house. So this is something very new to us, especially me. But I remember you posting about it, and so if, on Instagram, and I was like, hmm. But you like to go ahead and share first. What's your motivation behind Annie's house, and then we can get into everything else.
Okay. Yeah. So Annie's House is a men's sober living here in Las Cruces. And the way that I kind of describe it to people so that they get a better idea is that it's a transitional living or what people know as a halfway house for people who are coming out of substance abuse treatment.
Mm.
So they might be struggling with, drug abuse or alcohol abuse, and they are looking for an environment to sort of restructure their lives and to have a little bit of accountability and to be around people who are like-minded. That way, when they're coming out of treatment, they don't necessarily have to go immediately back to the streets or back to their homes and, like for relationships that are often like, part of the problem. And so to change their environment and have people who are on the same page in the same place, all working for the same goal.
Interesting. Okay. So how's
So
this?
that's what it is to
Yeah, that's what it
start.
is. Okay. No, so that's wow. I didn't know that. There's a lot of places that do that, right? Like,
Yes, there are some that are like kind of franchisee chains
okay.
across the country. And then there are, where I got sober in Pasadena, California, they were a dime a dozen. There was five of them on one residential street. So it was very common there
Wow.
because
Okay.
the population's so high. And
Yeah.
our environment, our Cruces is still pretty rural. And it's only been recently that we've had a lot more input and support around people who are trying to get recovery. So the treatment centers here,
Yeah.
those are growing more. I mean, when I got sober, there weren't any
You want,
locally.
are you, I mean, it's up to you, but you want to share a little bit of your journey?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me think of how I can explain. Um, so I grew up with a single mom. And I had a great family who was very supportive. She also struggled with alcoholism her whole life. And it wasn't until I was probably a junior in high school that we were able to recognize like, oh, this really might be taking a toll on her body
Oh, wow.
and even in her relationships. And so she was sort of our fearless leader of the family who was like going to go and go to California and change her life. And sometimes people with substance use disorder are considered the black sheep of the family, and she was very much that. So she went out there and she came back, and I watched the miracle happen of like her really being hopeless and broken and probably 82 pounds soaking wet
Oh,
to like accountable and joyful and courageous and connected and no longer isolated. And I was like, whatever they did was working.
dang. Is
And
that?
it was at that point that I was like, great, she looks pretty responsible. So it looks like I need a vacation and really just kind of wanted to take a break from any of my own responsibility. And I think what it came down to was me being very fearful of living life and doing it wrong or not really understanding. And I felt like people got this handbook that they all were sort of living by, and I didn't get it.
Mm,
And I didn't really feel like I had a lot of guidance. And I
okay.
also didn't feel like I could ask for help. So I escaped it just by partying the way that NMSU students do, like we wobble in our boots or whatever they say. I don't know. And at some point, I think I crossed a line where it wasn't really a choice. It was how I wanted to sort of deal with my day to day,
Yeah.
like just to sort of like have a veil of armor maybe between me and like feelings of discomfort or inadequacy or whatever.
Wow.
Um, it escalated
Mhm.
to substance use, and around that time, Uh, Oxycontin was pretty popular on the streets and in big pharma, people were doctor shopping and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So the epidemic started around that time. Um, and then that's when things got really, how do I say? Well, painful, you
Mhm.
know. I started compromising a lot of my own morals and values to, I mean, get the next. They were pretty expensive and it's hard to make money come out of nowhere. And
Wow.
um,
Wow.
so that took me down like more of a demoralizing road and eventually hitting rock bottom. And it took me a few times in treatment and going to 12-step fellowships to really sort of let go that I could never like socially drink or have wine with steak for dinner or maybe on somebody's birthday. Like I tested those theories over the years and
Mm.
I was never able to do it successfully
Wow.
to like control or enjoy. And so in 2016, is when I finally like committed myself to the 12-step fellowships. And um, so I got clean. That will be 9 years on Sunday.
Wow, congrats. 9 years? Good for
Yeah,
you, Molly.
thanks.
Very interesting. Thanks for sharing that. I know that's real deep. Like, wow. I didn't know that about you, see? But
It
you're
was
go ahead.
a painful, painful journey, but I took a lot from it and I've been able to enjoy life a lot more than I think I would have ever had the ability to had I not
Yeah.
kind of been down so bad.
Wow. And I'm glad that you are still here. And now
Me
you're
too.
married with kids and you're acting and having now
Yeah.
Annie's house. I mean, isn't it something how you go from rock bottom to a blessing from that?
Yeah.
I'm a big believer of God that we all go through our phases of life where I've gone through stuff. And it's interesting how he takes the rock bottom and molds us into where we need to be of who we are. That's never
Yeah.
it's never too late, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
there's hope, there's always
absolutely.
hope. There's always hope.
Yeah, even when it seems hopeless, there's
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
rock bottom is also sort of a catapult because I never would have dreamed that I could, I mean, do any of it.
Right. Yeah. Like I think when you get to that point of where you're at, like, in that state of mind, I mean, of course, each of us are our own experience we can't relate to everyone, but I think we're very clouded, right? We only see what we want to see and we don't see the big
Mhm.
picture. And that's when you know, life is like, look, just let go and let me show
Yeah.
you what your life could be like if you only just do these steps in getting well?
That was exactly my experience was that I was sort of fixated on this idea that I had to control my life
Mm,
and people and places and things and myself. And
mm,
really, it was like, no, you experience it and you learn and you succeed and you fail and you have this range of emotions. And like, it's not supposed to look any certain way.
mm,
And the less that you sort of like resist or try to confine to your idea, the more beautiful it gets.
mm. Yeah, when you let go.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's very true. I like what you said on that because couldn't w- yeah, because so I'm gonna share real quick on the film that we did about our mom, our late mom, my brother and I. We're showing it tomorrow in Albuquerque in Film Festival. But there's a scene in there that I'm gonna talk about where the ending is very powerful, is because as much as he wants to hold on to being there for his mom who's sick through cancer, which was our late mom,
Hmm.
she did say, no, I need you to go to school. I want you to go to school, like college, right? But I don't want
Hmm.
to, mom. I'll forget college and be there for you. And so in the scene that I directed, the last scene, which my brother directed it, but then he let me direct the last scene. But the last scene's very powerful as well, is because once he let go and he was out of
Hmm.
his control and letting God take over and say, all right, God, I'm leaving my mom in your hands. I'm going to go to school. But there's that scene where he goes to his car, he opens the car and he looks back at his mom. And that's the moment of letting go. Not that you don't love
Hmm.
your mom, not that you don't care about your mom. It's saying, I got to still live my life for my future and do what I need to do as much as I want to be in control of making sure my mom's okay. But there's that point of trust and letting go and saying, I'm gonna let go and let God. And that moment of that scene when he looks back and he gets in his car and he's holding onto his steering wheel and he's just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do it. That's what
Hmm.
life's like. Let's do this.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
it's interesting because like people do think of this idea of letting go as being sort of like submissive or inactive
Yeah,
or weak even sometimes. And really like, being in acceptance about things doesn't mean that we agree with things.
right, right.
And not being in acceptance means that we see it for what it is and that we continue. And yeah, I mean, it has to be trust.
Yeah, trust.
Blind
Yes. And
trust.
it's and that's the hardest thing is blind trust, you
Yeah.
know?
Scary.
Because the future, you don't know the unknown. Just we're scared of failure, right? Being a
Hmm.
disappointment. Yeah. So, but and that's the thing, Molly. But who you are as a woman right now, I mean, I know I don't know you that well. I've only know you as a January, but I would assume from what you went through to who you are now, it's developed from the pain and the suffering and the molding and learning to get to where you're at, right?
Hmm.
That,
Yeah. It's been like the greatest privilege of my life.
oh, right.
It's given me purpose and
Yeah.
fulfillment and contentment, even like my ideas of success are so different now. And that gives me the freedom and sort of liberation to just like, let's just see, like it's okay to fail because it's like all redirection anyway.
All right. Yeah. And it's okay to fail and say you tried than not trying at all and being like, dang, I didn't even give it a shot.
Hmm.
What about if I would have, what it could have happened? And that's
Yeah.
the thing is that builds us character. That builds us bettering ourselves to try something because that does build confidence. It builds us to grow, to learn
Mhm.
about ourselves, right? Oh, I didn't know I can do that. Oh, I
Right.
tried it, but it didn't work out. But at least it led me to this other path, this other road, this something
Hmm.
else that came out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
But I do want
I
to get
think
in. Oh,
go, please.
oh no, I was going to say we'll get more into Annie's house of just like what's your vision with this or when has it started. But if you had something to say, go ahead and add to it.
Who knows what I was going to say? It's probably bullshit.
Stop bullshit. This is good stuff.
Yes, Annie's house. Okay, so my mom is Alexandra and she went by Annie for a long time.
Oh, your mom?
And
Okay.
yeah. And so when she got sober and I got sober, we sort of like there was this perfect little window where we were both in recovery together.
Oh, wow.
And we talked for a while. Like we both had wonderful experiences at our sober livings, the ones that we lived in temporarily. And we were like, Las Cruces needs one. Uh, what could we turn into this? How could we make it work? And so it was sort of like a fantasy that we had discussed in the past. And it's only been recently that I came onto the opportunity and also I had enough sort of dollars to kind of like make it happen and to see what
Oh,
happens. And so we have a little residential house, and I established an LLC in July.
awesome.
And we had guys in the house in August. Like
Oh,
it
you
was like
did?
over the summer. I was fast.
Oh, okay.
It happened so quickly that it was terrifying. And
Dang.
there were, speaking of, blind trust, it was like, I think every other day I thought, how many items can you return at once? Because I had furnished the house. But
Hmm.
I was like, I'm really scared. This could be a loss. I don't really know. I didn't know what to expect. I've never run a business before. I'm horrible with numbers. But my heart was in it. And I felt really guided actually by my mom. Like there was just some sort of spiritual,
Hmm.
just signals that I tend to claim from her that
Hmm.
just kind of kept me on the straight and narrow. And so now we have a full house. It's houses 6 people. And
Whoa.
yeah. And they're wonderful. They're like the lights of my life. We do family dinner the last Sunday of every month. So I cook them a big meal and we kind of get together. And I'm over there pretty frequently during the week just
That's
to
awesome. So
just
as of right now, there's
bother 'em.
six of them.
Yes.
Awesome.
So we have a full house, technically.
Yeah.
We have a waiting list going.
Really? Wow. Where's this located?
It's off of Spruce, actually. So over kind of near-ish Sierra Middle School.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you, Molly.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And that's the thing is you are making a difference in someone's life to get better and help, right? I mean, I know it's their part to do it, but I mean, look, you're giving an open door for those that do need it to come in to get the help, to seek it.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I think they have they go through an application process and then there's an interview process and then we decide kind of like if they're maybe like a good fit.
I
And
see.
what that means to me is somebody who is actively going to meetings and working with a sponsor and doing their step work and looking for work. We also offer a scholarship. So for the first, I'm just going on and on. For the first 2 weeks of their stay, some of them qualify to for free housing for that 2 weeks while they sort of establish work.
Okay.
Because how do you go just straight out of treatment into being able to sort of self-fund rent?
Right.
And we call that Ryan Ritchie, the Ryan Ritchie Scholarship, and that's in the name and in memorial of one of our best friends, Ryan Ritchie,
Okay.
who passed away of a drug overdose,
Wow.
but is all the magic and love that you hope to find in recovery.
Wow. So this was your late friend that you are doing the honor of for the scholarships
Yes.
by his name? Yeah.
Hmm.
That's sad. I'm sorry for your loss of your friend. I mean, it's devastating losing people, even certain family and friends from, drug abuse and all, just different things.
Hmm.
But that's how the process works, huh? Because once everything that you shared, that sounds
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
And where did they go to do this application? Like on a website that you have, or
Yeah. I have brochures, so those are kind of spread around a lot of the treatment centers here. I'm going
okay,
to try to be dropping them off with more therapists. I think adult probation and parole has a handful. Um, and we also have social media. So Annie's House LC
okay,
is our Instagram and our Facebook, and
okay,
then our website and our application can be accessed from there.
okay. Good to know.
But the website's kind of, it's like it has a weird name. So I just use a little QR code.
Oh, okay. But the links are on the Instagram, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
make sure to put that down there so you guys can find it. So
Yes.
interesting. Well, thank you for sharing that. I want to say too that it's okay to go find the help, to get the help that you need. For those
Amen.
that are watching, I've actually the past few months been taking counseling and therapy for certain things I've been through of just my upbringing, certain breakups I've been through, my last relationship last year, and then I got to say it does something to you. I mean, we've all gone through it, right? But it's okay to not always be strong, but to get help and say, look, I'm tired of being strong sometimes. I need to take care of the root of what is holding me back to be at my fullest potential. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And for you to get that help, it's okay to not be okay. Because for you to
Hmm.
be the best of yourself, there's no harm in going to your friends or your family or going through a counseling. Maybe your job provides EAP or some other counseling sessions that are available to you at resources. It's okay to get that help. So,
What a beautiful message. And I think almost like if we could get to the point where we reframe asking for help as almost being like less perceived as weak and more as courageous. Because what really is more courageous,
right.
of like being able to say, like, I'm ready to look at myself. I'm ready to have help. I'm ready to reflect. I need a
Yeah.
professional. And like, that is courageous.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
not something I right away was like. I'm gonna, it took me a very long time. Um, of course, it's not about me. It's about Molly's story, but
No.
I'm just saying it. Yeah, I didn't just right away be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to therapy and counseling. It's a lot of years of me holding things in,
Hmm.
But the thing is, I got to a breaking point in July where I really broke, and I feel like God was saying to me, for you to be at your best in the future, I need you to take care of these roots that you have not been taken care of your upbringing,
Mm,
certain things. I mean, emotional breakup stuff. I mean, last year I went through a really hard breakup, and that really did a toll on me, and I was holding on to that, but I was trying to distract myself, putting bandages on myself from
mm,
taking care of the root of the injury, and that's the thing is I learned now that's not the best way to take care of it is by just covering things up because it's gonna catch up with you later in life and you're gonna be like, crap, I
mm,
didn't take care of it. It's always there. You're just putting something over it just to numb it for a bit. So I finally, when I broke, I said, I'm taking care of the root. No more covering bandages up by being distracting. I mean, just
hmm.
being distracted by doing things a lot. So I'm keeping busy because, yeah, you can do that, but then it's still going to be there later on in your life, come up, and you're like, crap, I didn't take care of it.
I am so proud of you. And like this idea of, like addressing the root, if you really think about it, like that's like such a firm and concrete foundation.
It is.
And like if you get to that point where you can just like solidify your base
Hmm.
and then you sort of like build based off of that, like you're unshakable.
Right. I agree.
Even when things are uncomfortable or hard or challenging, it's
Yeah.
like, I'm okay.
Right. Right. And the thing is, for you to be at your best emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, you need to take care of the root. That's the foundation of who you are. That's
Hmm.
you. There's only one of you. There's only one Molly, one Joshua. So for you to take care of that root of what's in here, it is, and I'm yes, and going to counseling is not saying you're weak or no, just get over it. Now you'll be fine. No.
Sure.
It says, yes, we've already been through that where we've said, "Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be okay." But sometimes you're gonna be like, you know what? It's not that I'm gonna be in a psych ward. You're gonna be, no, it's not that. You're just going to counseling either through Zoom or being in person, and you're just sharing to a stranger who's professionally licensed how you're feeling. And then
Hmm.
they can help to get to the bottom of it, of helping you.
Hmm.
And of course, for me, prayer and church and stuff like that for me spiritually has helped, yeah, I'm seeing life differently on that. But everyone else has their journey and how they go about stuff. But I feel like for me, um, that for you to, I want to be. I told myself I want to be the best man that I can be for myself, for my future wife, and my
Hmm.
future family and friends. And for me to get there is you got to start and reset. So
Hmm.
that's it.
Don't let your egos be your biggest obstacles.
Uh, I was one of
Mine
them.
was mine.
I had that. I was like, oh no,
No, you can cut it out.
yeah. But I gotta say too is it's been such a blessing to have you, Molly, on Rhythm and Roads and share your testimony and I know that those that see this episode will be blessed by it. They'll definitely be inspired to seek help. And, I will provide a phone number to call if you are looking for help. It's for the suicide hotline or just maybe some other numbers just for counseling. But at work, if wherever you work, your insurance, if you have that, it does provide sometimes EAP or counseling
Hmm.
sessions that are provided for you, so it's okay to seek the help. So anything else you want to say, Molly?
No, just thank you. Thanks for this platform and for being such a sincere individual that I get to share my weirdness and my journey with. And
Hey, no
I
problem.
just enjoy our interactions anytime that we get the opportunity to. And I'm so proud of you for your 2 years of doing this and really just like being persistent and like staying the course because it's not easy.
It's not. But thank you. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Yeah, it has not been easy. That's why Real quick, I just been taking some time off. See, and that's one thing too, guys, is it's okay to take some time off for what you love doing to better yourself, take care of yourself. And that's why there's times where I have taken a month off from interviews, but not just because I don't like doing it. It's just I need to take care of me and I need to balance my life. And it's okay to balance
Mhm.
your life with certain things, you know? If you, it's okay to say no to things, right? Hey, I'm not going to go to that because I need to take care of me. I'm going to stay home. I'd rather not do that because it makes me uncomfortable. So I'd rather just stay away from that. It's okay to say no, you know? But Molly, been such a blessing to have you on. And I will definitely put the link below to find for those to find you on Instagram of Annie's house. And then those that like to come on Rhythm and Roads to share your testimony, your story, just find me on Instagram on Rhythm and Roads Official. And if you'd like to watch some interviews, just go on Google, type Rhythm and Roads with Joshua Jacob, and a lot of the interviews do come up right there. So you can be inspired. But Molly, thank you again for sharing your testimony. I appreciate you. And guys, we will catch you on the next episode.